Hey guys, Morten from Webfar. Today I want to talk about how we started our company in Thailand because that has been a question that many people have asked me. Many people love to come to Thailand. They love to go on vacation here. They love the food, the Thai people, the culture, everything. So a lot of people have like this fantasy that how wonderful it would be to move to Thailand, to live there, to start a business there in Thailand. And a lot of people do that, but a lot of people also try and they fail. Today I'm going to talk about how we got our little web agency started up here in Thailand, the different rules. And I can only talk about what our experience is and not so much, but because there are many different constellations, many different company types, many different ways to go about different things. So I can only talk about what we did, and that's what I intend to do. So a little backstory is I came to Thailand actually yesterday, exactly 9 years ago. I just wanted to try and live and work here as a digital nomad for about 6 months. But I fell in love with my girlfriend back then. She's my wife now. We have a son, and it's been 9 years, as I said, and we started our own business 1.5 years ago. Up until then, I'd been doing some freelance work. I've been working for different Thai companies, and I've been doing a little bit of this and that. But we both knew how to do web development, and we learned a lot of things while we were here as well, or while I was here as well. And I also I had a job as a project manager at another company, so I got a lot of experience in this field. So when we decided that we wanted to start our own Thai company, it wasn't that hard to find out what kind of company to start. Obviously, it should be something that we both had experience with and that we love doing, which is web design and development. So that's what we decided to do. And a lot of people say it's very complicated to start a business in Thailand. It is kind of complicated if you don't know what you're doing, and if you don't know the rules, and if you're brand new to the country, you don't speak the language, you don't have anyone to help you, then it's virtually almost impossible, right? But it can be done. And I'm going to talk about now how we actually did that, because it wasn't something that, we heard a lot of people say, if you want to start a business in Thailand, first of all, get an agent, get a lawyer. They know what to do. They can sign the right papers. They can put up everything. They can get the money that you have to get ready for you in the bank and all of that stuff. And of course, you could pay for it. And it's the price varies. I don't know how much it costs, but it's not cheap. It's not too expensive either compared to costs in other Western countries, I guess. But anyways, we decided to do it all by ourselves because we wanted to have the wisdom, the knowledge about how to actually do this, because maybe we wanted to start another company in the future. Maybe we want to help friends and family and other people start up a company. So we decided actually to do it by ourselves. So my wife, who is Thai, we're married. Obviously, it's just my wife. I just said that. Anyway, she's a smart girl, and she knows what's up and down in this. She's very good at talking to people. She's very good at doing research. So she did a lot of different research. What kind of company should we start? What is the best fit for us? What are the rules? She picked up the phone. She called lots of different government agencies and asked them questions and this and that. We even called some lawyers and asked for advice and stuff like that. So when we were ready to start the company, we got started. And the very first thing that you actually do is register the company. And of course, there are two things to this. You need to, as a foreigner in Thailand, I'm not allowed to work. There's a special list of jobs that I'm allowed to have and jobs that I'm not allowed to have. And there has to be really good reasons for me to get a work permit. So that's kind of separate to the company. You can start a company in Thailand really easy if you're Thai. It's super, super easy. But if you have a foreigner as an employee, and that's me in this case, then you have to live up to certain conditions. The first thing you do is actually start the company before you even have a work permit. And of course, you're not allowed to work during that period when you're just starting up the company. So the first place that you actually go to, and I'm going to look at my notes down here, I hope that's okay. We go to this, first of all, you have to figure out what kind of company you want to start. There are different types of companies, and there's BOI, Board of Investment, that's for like bigger companies, as far as I know, with more investments. And then there's like Thai partnerships, like limited partnerships. And we decided to start a limited partnership, me and my wife. And it's important to mention, first of all, ownership of a company. I cannot own the majority of a company in Thailand. The majority of a company has to be owned by Thai people, Thai nationals. So in this case, my wife owns 51% and I own 49%. And that's just how it is. First of all, you want to set up the company. So you go to this, what's it called? Department of Business Development, Ministry of Commerce, and you set up a company. And you have to also not just set up what company type you want, but also what is the field. And our field is web pages and network programming activities. That's a very funny field. It sounds funny. Anyways, that is what we did. So it's very important that you choose the right field and the right company to begin with. So you go to this company, and then you actually have to show them the money. Show me the money, as they say. And usually, if you want to set up a company, if you're just Thai people, you can just set it up for any amount that you want, like 40,000 baht or something like that. That's enough. But if you want to later on get a work permit for a foreigner, you have to put up the money. So you have to register the company for at least 2 million baht. So 2 million baht is what you have to show that you have in the bank, and you have that money. But if you are married to a Thai national, which in my case I am, then you actually can have that. So we only need to have 1 million baht. So my wife had to put up half of that, or 51% of that amount, and I had to put up 49% of that amount. So first of all, you have to have the money in the bank. You have to go to the bank. You have to get a document from the bank showing that you actually that this money is yours. And so that's only if you want a work permit later on. But as I said, first you set up the company. Another rule in Thailand in order to get a work permit is that for every work permit you need for a foreigner, you need to employ 4 Thai people, 4 Thai nationals. And that can be a little daunting, because who can afford to, if you don't have any work coming in and you're just starting out, how can you pay for salaries for 4 people if you don't have any work for them yet? So that's kind of the chicken and the egg situation, which came first. Another thing is that you have to actually prove that you are good enough, or that you have the skills to work in this company. So it's not like they're going to ask you, what is your special skill? Why do you need someone from another country? Why can this position not be filled by a Thai person? And in our case, it's because I speak Danish and most of our customers are from Denmark. So we need someone who can speak Danish and communicate with the customers. So that is a pretty good reason, I would say. But you also have to say that what other skills do you have? So if you're going to be a project manager in the company, if you're going to be a web developer, you have to provide information and proof that you actually have these skills. And that can be in the form of experience. Maybe you get a letter of recommendation from a former employee that you've been working there doing web development for a while. It can be education, papers, diplomas, things like that. But they really want you to show that you know what you're doing in order for you to take on this role, and in order for them to even consider providing you with a work permit. Luckily, you can get dispensation on that. You don't have to actually live up to all of these rules if there are certain exceptions, So, for example, if this is a job that will benefit, this company is a company that will benefit society in general, you can maybe only get 2 employees and still get the work permit. In our case, we already had my wife, or we have my wife, who's, even though she's the owner, she's also an employee. She also gets her salary from this company. So they said it's okay if you only have 1 person, or actually we just tried it out. So we hired a person for our team, and that was okay. We didn't have to hire more than 2 Thai people, because that this is a role, this is a kind of a technology company, so this is something that brings new knowledge to the country, and also is a little bit higher pay than if you're just washing the dishes at a restaurant. So because it was higher pay at a little bit higher tier of jobs, and you could learn more and it would benefit the country more, then they were able to say, yeah, it's okay, you can get 1 year first, and then we'll see how it goes. And the next year that you're going to renew your work permit, they look at other things. Well, first of all, they want to see, do you even make money? If you make money and you pay tax and you have employees that pay tax, then it's easier to get your work permit again the following years. But also, if you're actually when you just get your work permit, of course, you haven't made any money yet. But after the first year, and in our case, we made some money the first year, and we were able to prove that we could get our services, we're selling services in other countries. So we're bringing in capital to Thailand, which is a good thing for the economy, right? So that helps a lot. So last time I actually got an extension of 2 years on my work permit, which is great, though, so I don't have to do it every single year. But to get back to how we actually do this stuff, first of all, I just want to sum up everything here. You register the company, and that should be and can be the same day that the employee actually starts working. Because then you have time. If it's important for you, you want to start working as soon as possible. You want to get your work permit as soon as possible, so you don't have to sit and wait around for months and months before you're actually allowed to do any work in your own company. So just go and register the company the same day that the employee starts to work. And then after the employee has worked for 1 month, there is a 50-day period for the company to put money to register the Social Security. There's a Social Security system in Thailand that you pay to every single month on behalf of the employee. Usually the employee pays half and you pay half, and that's like Social Security. So if they get sick, need to get to the hospital or something, they will have insurance there. So that's another demand, that you have to provide Social Security for your employees in order to get a work permit. So after that, after you have that set up, the employee has been employed for 1 month, and you have set up the Social Security and paid out Social Security once or twice, then you are able to apply for the work permit. And that's usually going to be a month and 1.5 months or something like that after you start the company. And as I said, I'm not allowed to work in that period at all. So when you go and apply for this, there's around a 3-day waiting period, and then you will get either approved or rejected. And luckily, we got approved, of course. It is not the easiest thing to set up a company in Thailand. You have to have there's a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of people you have to go through. There's a lot of different stamps you have to get, and lots of different signatures. But if you take it day by day, and you really listen to what's going on, and you go online and you read about it and you call different people and find out, it's actually not that difficult. And it should be said also, this is not black and white like in other countries. For example, in my country, Denmark, the rules are really, really rigid and very black and white. Either you can do it or you cannot. But here in Thailand, everything is not centralized. It's pretty much decentralized. So you actually go to an office with people who are proud to work in that province. And they're actually, one of the guys at the office said, wow, when I first came and started working here, there were only X amount of companies, but now we have this many companies. And he sounded like he was proud that he had helped the region, the businesses to start up and stuff like that. My point is actually that lots of the rules can be bent, and it's not you bending them, it's the people who are the officials in their government. And they say, okay, in our case, for example, we didn't need to have 4 Thai employees because of this and that. So it was easier for us to get started, because they do want to have companies, they do want investments in Thailand. They do want companies to come here and succeed. So that's just my experience. That's what we did to start up a company in Thailand, and we got the work permit and all that stuff. So it's definitely possible to do. It's not easy. It takes some time. You have to have patience. You have to ask a lot of questions. You have to go to different offices. You have to, really, have patience, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. But it's definitely possible. And when everything is done and all the paperwork is done, it's pretty easy to keep it going as long as you have a healthy and good business going on. So with that, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them, and I'll ask my wife if there are some of the questions that I can't answer, because she knows way more about this than I do. I hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe and share, and see you soon.